Congratulations. So you've made it to the end of the major and minor scale sections. So congratulations again. I think we will do a review today. So let's take a look. For major scales, you have this interval root, major second, major third, perfect fourth, perfect fifth, major sixth, major seventh, the octave. Some tone tendency to keep in mind. The major second resolves down to the root with a solid line, so it has a weak resolution. It's a strong resolution to the root. You can also resolve that up to the major third, with a dotted line, so that means a weaker resolution. The fourth, very importantly, you want to resolve it down to the third with a solid line, up to the fifth with the dotted line. For the sixth, down to the fifth with a solid line because it's a whole step away from the fifth. The major seventh, down to the sixth with the solid line, up to the eighth with the solid line because it's only half step from the octave here, from the root, and that has a really strong attraction. There's very strong attraction between these two notes. So for example, G major, you will have an F sharp. Whenever you are looking for the next key, say sharp keys, you want to go up a fifth, so the next key would be D major. Also, the sharps go in fifths as well. For example, if you already have the F sharp from G major, when you go to D major, you should know that the next sharp should be C sharp. Alright? So natural minor scale, again, we're only working with natural minor scales here. So you have the same pattern except that you have flat 3, flat 6, and flat 7. Major second is still the same. You resolve that down to the root or up to the flat third with a dotted line. Perfect fourth, this time you can go down to the flat 3, 2, but with a dotted line. This time he has a weak resolution here because it's a whole step apart, further away than the major third, so that would weaken the attraction. The fourth can also go up to the fifth with the dotted line, so weak resolution again. So flat 6 down to the fifth, this time with a solid line, a really strong attraction resolution, because it's only a half step up. So that's a very strong tendency. Flat 7, dotted line up, a whole step to the root, because it has a whole step distance down from the root, so that would weaken the attraction. Okay, key signatures. So key signatures, they go in a zigzag manner. It's something that you have to memorize. So F sharp, C sharp, up to G, D, D, F, G, A, A, B, C, D, E, E, F, G, B, which would be your last sharp. So again, when you're given a key signature, look at the rightmost sharp. So this one's B sharp. And raise that, so B double sharp, so that would just be a C sharp. So that would be the key. So for example, if I have 4 sharps, the rightmost sharp would be D sharp. And if you raise the D sharp and add a whole step, that would be E. So E major. So that's how you can locate, how you can determine the key quickly. Okay, flats. Okay, they go in B, E, A, D, G, C, F. So they go in fourths again. So B, E, A, D, G, C, and F. So for flat keys, you want to, if you want to determine the key, you look at the second last flat. So for this thing here, this guy here, it should be a C flat major. All right. So let's say I only have 4 flats, and that second, the second to the last flat would be this one, A flat. So the key would be A flat major. All right. So slightly different tactics for these two groups. All right. So finally, relative major and minor. Relative major and minor scales have the same notes. And if you're given a major scale, and you will want to find its relative minor, you simply find out the sixth of the major scale. For example, for E major, the sixth of E major would be the C sharp, and C sharp minor would be the relative minor of E major. If you do the reverse, if you're given a minor scale, the relative major of a minor scale would be the flat 3 of minor. Meaning, for example, if you're given G E minor, and you want to look for its relative major, you go to the flat 3 of E minor, so E, F, G. So that should be G major. So these two would be relative. Parallel major scale, I should add also minor here, alright? Parallel major minor scales. Basically, it means that they will have the same root but a different interval pattern. So one very common way to illustrate that is by looking at simply C major and then C minor. So if I haven't mentioned, triangle means major, and small m here means a minor. So C major and C minor would be parallel to each other. All right. So that's a quick review. Hope that helps. Okay. So I see you in the next video.